Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and we are coming at you with another Star Citizen live stream, Filling the Void. Now, I can't figure out why this thing is not showing. What's going on? This is an A1 production right here. Turn that off, turn it back on. I don't know why that's not showing. Ah, well, still. Okay, we're on here, but for some reason, this is not on here. Here we go. Just one moment. I got that fixed. Okay, good deal. Now, we're streaming. We're going to be talking about the post Gamescom, the Gamescom gameplay demo, right? So we're going to be talking about that. But before we do that, we're going to talk about what we've been doing in the verse over the last couple of weeks. Now, Aaron, what have you been doing?
Hitting the missions, doing the PTU, been a lot of fun. Got some new exciting things to try out. Been testing the game, uh, just working the bugs, reporting them, helping them fix the game to where they can get those issues resolved and get it out to everybody else.
Okay, sounds good. Um, I've been playing a lot of Star Citizen at midnight, as some of you might know that I stream Star Citizen at midnight. But uh, I've been kind of jumping back and forth between 2.5 bug testing and just trying to weed out some bugs and stuff, as well as 2.4. I actually am jumping back into 2.4 from time to time because I want to try out different gun ammo and gun loadouts. And whenever I pick up a new gun or something from Rec, it doesn't go to the PTU. It only goes to the
Right.
2.4. So I have to jump back into 2.4 to kind of try that out. So I've been doing a lot of loadout tryouts. I think I'm in love with the tarantulas. Yeah, they're ballistics. They're not super rapid fire like the mantis. The mantis is just size 3 and it's rapid fire and it's great and everything. But I just can't get away from my gimbals. I got to have gimbals weapons. It's just me.
Yes,
Yeah.
gimbals are nice.
And I put two of them and two sawbucks on my saber, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't really like the sawbuck too much. It has less ammo, and it's like a boop 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 rapid fire boop boop boop, and I'm like, no, I'm not really into that. So I want the just the bang bang bang, bigger
And
hit.
as far as saber loadout, I've personally
Yeah,
the only thing I've really decided to change out on my loadout is just the missiles.
right,
I like the loadout that comes on the standard bird. It works great. It's all energy. I haven't got to worry about ammo consumption. Um, so just missiles. And I'm
right,
hopefully we'll get some bigger missile racks, but we'll see.
right. Well, the missile racks are going to get ready to change, right?
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know what we're going to get in our bird, but speaking of missiles. Uh, I've gone through a few different missiles. I've tried the Dominators, the Ignites, the Marksmans, the uh, Rattlers. I've tried the
Rattlers.
yeah, one more there's that I've tried. It was shoot, I don't know, the one that comes on the Constellation. I think that is that the Marksman too. I'm not sure which one
Marksman
that.
2.
Okay, well the so I have been trying a few different missiles just to see what's going on with the missiles. But when we talk, I mean when okay, hold on. The Gamescom demo, they put the exploration ships on sale, and knowing that I did not want the Starfarer in the first place, I took my Starfarer and I swapped it out for a Carrack.
Did you?
Yes, so now I have the ship that I've been wanting, and I've got screensavers that are Carracks, Yeah, I've been wanting the carrot for a long time. It's going to come with a rover. It comes with a small shuttlecraft. It comes with all the exploration gizmos and gadgets. It's multi-crew. I can have all my friends. The whole squadron could be on it. You know, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a fun. And so in the meantime, they're letting me have a constellation. So I have a constellation in my hangar because
Right.
I went back and I was like, what? I got a constellation. Okay, let me take those missiles off that and put it on my saber and see. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been hot swapping and stuff. Okay, but let's go ahead and get started. For those of you that are watching that haven't had a chance to see the presentation, I'm sure you have seen the presentation. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Boop, there we go. I got it covering up all the, whoops, presentation. Where you at? There you are. I'm making it as big as I can without covering our faces. Okay, so we got the presentation, getting ready to play it right here. This is only the gameplay video of the mission that they run in uh, at the Gamescom demo. Uh, before the mission, they talked about a new ship, the Terrapin. Are you uh, are you keen on the Terrapin or not?
No,
Okay. You don't like it, or are you not familiar with it?
both.
Okay. Well, the Terrapin looks like it's a cool dropship. It's a cool troop transport kind of thing, and it's like supposed to be heavily armored and heavily shielded, but it's good. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna get one, but it's cool. You know,
But why do
it's
you need one?
well. I mean, it's always better to have more ships, right? It's
But
always
if
better
you
to have
can,
more.
but if you can, as we're going to get into, you're going to be able to land planet side.
All right. That's what
You're
it's for.
cruising the Connie. Why not just land?
Well, if it's for like carrying your troops, it's going to have like extra armor and extra shields, and it's going to be a lower price point, so you're not going to be spending $300 for it.
Okay.
It's got a single pilot, so it doesn't have a cockpit or a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the Terrapin. I look at the Terrapin as just another one of the dropships. You got the not the Reclaimer, the Redeemer, right? You've got
Right.
the now they revealed that there's going to be a Vanguard Phoenix. I think it's called the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is or maybe it's the Valkyrie, but it's the one that, not the Phoenix, it's Valkyrie. It's the one that is a troop transport also. So they're really getting into the whole troop transport thing, which is okay. But they said the Vanguard Valkyrie is going to be in Squadron 42. That's why they had to reveal it early, or they wanted to reveal it early so people can get it or whatever. I'm excited about that because I want a Vanguard, but I don't know if I want, the standard one or if I want a troop transport. I'll have to kind of compare them to see which one I want. Or I'll get both in the game, eventually. I'll probably have a hangar full of like 100 ships. I don't know. All half broken because I don't have enough money to fix them, you know. Okay, what else did they talk about? Oh, they talked about FPS coming soon with the 2.6 Star Marine. They were very short on that video. It was just somebody in armor looking up, and that was it. The video was over with. Uh, yeah, it's okay. The model of the character looks really, really cool. But what I really want to talk about is what's getting ready to come up in this video. For those of you that haven't seen it, and most of you have, you can watch this video at Robert Space Industries or YouTube under Star Citizen. And this is the uh, mission, like the new way they're going to do missions in 3.0. And 3.0 is scheduled to be released before, well, they said before the end of the year, hopefully before the 19th of December. I guess he made a joke about last year. Said it was going to come out in a certain day, and then 2.0 didn't actually get released until the 19th of December. So let's go ahead and watch this video, and I'm going to put the volume up just a little bit so you can hear stuff. Now, Aaron, I don't know if you can hear that.
Nope.
Yep.
Hey, you already saw this.
Okay, so now this is a guy getting out of old Port Olisar, but I want you to notice in the bottom left-hand corner there is fuel and oxygen levels, and your health level is down here. It used to be over here or something. They moved it to the bottom left.
Right.
Let me get my mouse pointer out of the way. Ooh, look at my mouse pointer. Okay, so.
Hey, how are you? Miles Eckhart. Friend over at Crusader said you've been building quite a rep. I run a modest security outfit. I'm always on the lookout for capable people who don't rattle. If you're interested in picking up some extra work, we should talk. I'll send my details.
Okay, so you get a video conference, right? That's pretty cool.
So, looks like we got a new mission, possible security job.
Right.
So we'd have to go to Levski to find out about it. So let's go over to our mission manager.
And you notice, like, right over his little head, well, that's his Moby glass.
All right, possible security job. There you go. So travel to Levski to meet with Miles.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's accept that.
Well, right underneath here, there's where his helmet is. You'll see like a little triangle appear right here, and that shows that you got an incoming message, which I thought was pretty cool.
So we have Chris over here, who is going to partner Glenn and be the pilot to Glenn's all-performing action hero.
Now, a lot of this you've already seen. Now, you got guys standing around.
And you guys, obviously, you guys know Alisar fairly well, with its various shops and locations. And luckily Glenn slept in his spacesuit, so he doesn't need to get changed.
Like everybody does nowadays. Everybody sleeps in their spacesuits.
Right, here we go.
Yeah, I know.
So,
That's something I haven't been
waiting for us on the...
too impressed with. I think whenever you respawn, you should be out of your spacesuit and stuff. But you never know. That's probably something for the future.
Tidy
It's
whities.
low on the priority list for any situationals right now. You know, it's a mute point right now. As long as you wake up and you're able to play, then it's good.
Now, you'll notice they never pulled up a chat menu to do those emotes. They stated in one of the Gamescom presentations that you will be able to bind emotes to hotkeys. So you'll be able to pick some hotkeys and take an emote and bind it, like a salute or like what he's doing there, or waving or something like that. Because you'll never see them pull up a chat menu to do their emotes like we do have to now. Which is cool, because I think salute in our unit should be a emote.
So we were talking about the Terrapin.
Yeah.
I went ahead and I pulled up the specs on it.
Okay.
It's a standalone ship, made by Anvil.
Yeah.
$195.
Yeah, that's a little high, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's high for a starter ship.
And it's an exploration ship. Scanning / exploration ship is its main purpose.
Okay. I love the new HUD on the Freelancer, the way it wraps around the cockpit.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. What I don't like is when they start using it in combat.
They got the star map, and I understand that's supposed to be a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are saying that, now if you look, there's an Aaron halo. Do you see that?
Right.
I thought of you.
No, did you?
But no, there's It's supposed to be improved, but I think it's pretty good the way it is right now. But they want it to clean it up. Yeah, they want it to look better for some reason. I think it looks pretty good the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything looks good the way it is right now. There's some few tweaks that need to be made, but you know, hey, I'm liking what they're doing, and it's looking good. I can't wait to get my hands on it and.
Okay, he does not click on Levski to jump. He clicks on the map to jump.
Oh, really? I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I can back it up just a second. See, he's got your Levski up here, and he's got his... Oh, I didn't go back far enough. He double clicks on Delamar, which is the planet, and he doesn't like press B and hit F or anything like that to go there. He clicks there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then he just automatically points at it and goes. Now, I don't know if you have to be fairly close, or if I was pointing off to Timbuktu and I double clicked on Delamar, would my ship spin and automatically point the way I need to go and then go? Like autopilot, you know, turn around and then jump?
Well, if you think about it with the new landing protocols, basically as soon as you hit N and hold it for landing, automated landing, it does. It spins your ship, puts it in the right aspect, and lands it. So that's already physics that they've got in the game.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense, yeah, that it would do that.
Now, he said there was going to be 40 landing zones and stations.
Right.
30 to 40. I think he said 40. That's a lot. I mean, there are stations in right now, like the ICC probe, that you can't land on, you can't get out, and can't walk around in. But now there's going to be like 40 of them. That's not impressive to me unless I can land on them and get out and walk around. If it's like that, if I can land on it, get out, walk around, then I'll be impressed.
Right. I agree.
If it's just something floating in the air, you can just copy and paste and have a bunch of those, you know. I don't know what this is.
So in 3.0, and we're demonstrating every planet, every moon.
Well, I don't know. It's lagging so bad on my view, so. Oh, the hub?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They didn't explain that in the video, other than he flew through it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be the jump ring or what.
No, he said that was a lower orbit station. There's an upper orbit station and a lower orbit station.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, I don't know. I love the sun.
Looks good.
Yep.
They're pretty genius.
The horizon looks good. I'm glad they got that right. That was a big point, you know, for me, as far as getting these planets right, is having that horizon correct. Because a lot of things you do when you're flying a ship base on your horizon.
Okay, I'm backing the video up. I want to show you something. Okay, I backed the video up. It's going to show the HUD. And then in a few seconds, there's something going to appear on the HUD that's never been there before. Whoops, I went back too far. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you can see what I'm pointing at, right? Not yet. The hub's not up yet, but because he's coming into the planet, right? Right here. Look right in this section, right there. Right where my finger's pointing.
As we slowly pull down, we'll start to enter the atmosphere. And as we
see that?
Start to enter the atmosphere,
no, I'm sure I saw it when I watched the video, but.
Well, he's got, okay, it's right when they started entering the atmosphere and you got the flame around the ship and everything.
Right.
Right before that, it showed his altitude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have an altitude in space, right?
Right.
But once you get in there, now you have this altitude, and it also has a velocity or something. I don't remember what it has.
And
Just a
as you
second.
get down into the atmosphere,
I
it
gotta look.
switches to a more
Yeah,
Well, it's gonna
altitude.
it's gonna have all the in-atmosphere flight controls,
It has max
You know, and
safe
readouts.
speed.
right? Because
Yes.
they talked about vulnerability of the different ships and whatnot in atmosphere.
Yep.
You know how some are going to be more stable than others depending on their design. And of course, you know, it doesn't matter. A ship designed in space for a vacuum is not going to be as easy to handle the stresses of in atmosphere.
Am I not sharing this with you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. 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 I was just making sure because you said you didn't see it.
it's lagging really bad
Oh, okay.
on my end. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I'm getting right at the HUD readout that's across the bottom of the windscreen,
Yeah.
right above the dash,
Yep.
and it's gray from there down. I can't see from there down for some reason. It's just lag. It's pixelating is what it's doing.
Mm.
So, but I've watched the video, so
Yeah. Yeah. So you're familiar with it. Yeah.
yeah,
They're getting out of the ship right now.
yeah, I see that. And this
And
is funny.
Yeah. Everybody's so excited about that, and I'm like, I hate to say this, but I'm excited about that. Don't get me wrong. I'm like super excited about that. And I know that was a big milestone that they had to break and everything, but other companies have already broke it, in my
Yes.
opinion. So it was like,
Redundant.
yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they could figure out what somebody else has already figured out, but I don't mean to be a dick or something. And I personally wouldn't be able to figure it out, I'm sure. And but these planets look like, okay, let's talk about No Man's Sky for a second.
Okay.
No Man's Sky is cartoony. It doesn't look realistic at all. It looks totally like an arcade game or whatever. And this does look a hell of a lot better than No Man's Sky. So
Right.
I'm going to give them that. They've done it at a much higher resolution. And I'm super excited about that. They've gotten rid of the little sheen that's over the asteroids. Like when you fly close to an asteroid, you see like this little force field around the asteroids. You know, they've gotten rid of all that. That's good.
Not sure you'll be able to make that. Let's see if you can.
But this is just an asteroid. And if they show me a planet that has trees and animals running around and water and people living on it, that's when I'll get super excited. I know this is a step towards that, and I know it's coming. I'm just sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like reinventing the wheel. The wheel's already been invented.
Right.
You know, and I agree with you, but what they're doing this from scratch. They could have gone out and they could have gotten all the programming code and been way past this point. But they're developing their own code to get to their end product,
Right.
which is supposed to be what nobody has done to this point. So,
and the
I can
picture in
see-
picture too.
right, the picture in the picture is awesome.
So now we can either request or cancel.
What I wanted to see him do though,
Okay.
was when he got out of the back of that freelancer, I wanted him to be driving a Grey Cat.
Well, you know.
That would have been awesome.
Okay, so he's assigned a landing pad for us. And that's kind of how in 3.0 we're going to.
And I like the inner thought system, how it pops up with land or not land or whatever. And that was pretty good.
You'll get a landing pad, you'll land, and then you'll have a certain amount of time to get out.
Well, that's something that'll come in nice with a lot of your vertical takeoff ships.
Yeah.
Is the ability to come in and just hover. You know, say you want to do troop deployment, but you don't want to land. You know, just like we do now in the military. You know, they come in, come into a hover, troops deploy out of the aircraft take, just resumes flight away without having to worry about landing and then accelerating to get back off the ground. And, they're already off the ground. So I like the hangar doors. That's neat.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got those working. That'll be good for the Southland hangar.
Right.
We've arrived at Levski. So let's go ahead
I mean, in
to
the
Levski to look for Miles Eckhart.
they had them working in the test pilot training simulator,
Right.
but they didn't have them working for the Southland hangar. So this is a good step. So hopefully those with Southland hangars will be able to use them now and be able to get out of them.
Which is kind of fun, but also shows the other big.
I'm not sure exactly still how they're going to incorporate our hangars into the world. We're supposed to have hangars, a permanent location somewhere, and then, but he kind of implies here that your hangar will move, but because he says you could buy a spot here, like a hotel room or something like that, and as soon as you do that, then you become tied into the spot. And then if you go to another spot and buy a hotel room, then you're tied into that spot. So like if you die, you respawn there.
Right.
But
they've already got that because you found that out with Grim Hex.
Right.
That until you get back to Olisar, every time you respawn, it's going to be in Grim Hex.
Well, I think that was based on the criminal level or something like that.
Yeah, well, that wasn't something we did. We got rid of your criminal record, and then when you respawned, you were back at Olisar. That's true.
Right.
So that is something we did test.
Well, you got to get in a lift now. We're going to go down. So here's an example of the item 2.2.
Now he makes a big deal about how the elevator is real. That I assumed they were real. I didn't assume they were just transitions.
They're real elevators. So there's a whole elevator system that calls them. They move around.
Yeah, he's saying a physical elevator moves around in space. It's not like just you get in, click a button, and then you reload the map somewhere else and then get out. Like in some other games.
Right.
Here's the area. The lobby is basically these lifts.
Mass Effect, I'm talking to you.
Welcome to
well, that's just like in your hangars, the elevators actually move up and down, so they just incorporated it in. But to a much grander extent, the problem I see that they're probably going to run into is the amount of server space they're going to need, because now instead of, we got a server operating for the entry into Levski, person gets into the elevator, goes to the lobby, we transition them over to this server, and now they're looking at a server for the entire planet of Levski, or for the entire Levski city here.
Yeah.
And instead of transitioning from server to server to server to server everywhere you go someplace, now you get a bunch of people there, it's gonna start causing some serious issues with compression and lag,
right?
Memory loss.
Because right now there's only 2 people or 4 people in this universe.
Right.
You got these 2 guys and then the 2 pirates, and the game with 4 people is going to work smooth. But like when you start putting 24 people or 2,000 people, on this planet running around exploring in their buggies or whatever, there's going to be a lot of lag.
Well, it's just like we're experiencing right now in the PTU.
Yeah.
There's a leak. Because as you play the game, even though it's, you'll be on the server 20 of 24 or maxed out 24 of 24, the longer you play it, the worse it gets.
Right.
Until you eventually crash. And I understand that's the PTU, that's not the live version, not the live servers and stuff like that. So I take that yeah, it's the PTU. You know, they're not using all the storage capabilities, bandwidth, and stuff to run that part of it because it's just a small amount of people in there testing what they got now.
Now, I don't know how his ship does that. Yeah, we're talking about how great he's a great pilot and blah, blah, blah. He's practices for weeks and stuff like that. I don't understand how his ship does that if they're actually in an atmosphere.
Here we are again, and
Anti-grav.
somewhere here.
Yeah, but you can't move down and roll. That's not a command. So he has to go to down and then go to decoupled and then spin while he's going down, right? Well, that shouldn't have any effect in an atmosphere. Decouple should, yeah. I mean, I would think that he would just be going all over the place. So something's not right about that whole maneuver he made. But I like the way they've like repurposed this base to be a habitable area where you can like shop and stuff like that. They even put some neon lights up and stuff. Thought that was pretty cool. And I understand. And to me, I thought of this path that they had to make. He went around something and came back in as a deliberate way to stream in this zone as opposed to the elevator zone.
Yeah.
By him being able to walk around that corner, stuff is now out of sight and other things are becoming in sight. So that, to me, was a way to stream stuff in, like a transition between servers. They didn't really touch on that, but that's kind of what I felt the reason for that was. It might not be. It might have just been an artistic design, but that doesn't seem reasonable for me. And now, when they're talking about the civilians, right? And I want to go to Corderies. I don't think it's corduroy, but Corderies. It's supposed to be an armor shop. I'd like to see what he's got to sell. But like he's selling an axe over here. I think I'd like to buy that axe. I can only imagine what would happen if I hit somebody on the head with that.
No kidding, especially in a spacesuit.
That's right. A pitchfork right there. Oh, not a pitchfork, but a what am I trying to say? A forklift. Here we go.
Now, what I want to see,
Okay.
and looking at it from our squadron's point of view,
Yeah.
I want to see someplace where we can set up a base.
Yeah, he hints.
A base of operations.
He talks about players buying land on this moon.
Well, yeah, what's the sense in forming an organization if, and that's by their proxy. They're the ones that are saying, yes, we want you to form orgs. We want you to go out there and either be pirates, be bounty hunters, be, in for the money, production and mining and all that. But every organization needs a base of operations. And they're just not going that way with the game yet. Nothing has come up in anything about organizational
Sorry for the locale.
forming.
Don't look like
Everything's, you got this guy for missions. We got all these people just standing around. We got all this store space. It's got signs on it that says for rent, coming soon, lease, and there's nothing to do with it. Well, make it available for organizations to put in recruitment offices. And I know what they said about the Sim City, but okay, so that recruitment office is only open when that organization has a representative in it recruiting. Plain and simple. Or you walk in through the door and you look to the left and there's a pad that you go over to and you hit the use button. It comes up with a screen. You type in your resume, being your name and whatnot, and that you'd like to join the organization. And there's not a lot that needs to be done as far as getting something available other than, well, right now everybody's got to go to the website, Got to log in, then you got to pick your organization, you got to join. There's nothing in the game right now for
Yeah.
organizations to join together.
Right.
When you and I are in the game, you are Mr. Everything.
Right.
I am Nightwing. There's no organizational relationship between us other than we have each other on our friends list.
Right. Right.
But yet, in the website, we are organizational. You are the lieutenant commander. I'm your lieutenant JG, and and Parasite's our XO and whatnot. But yet, there's nothing in the game for that yet.
Right.
There's not even a hint of it yet in the game.
Yeah.
But yet they're pushing it so hard. Join an org, on the website. Well, if it's so important, then why aren't they coming up with something, at least by this 3.0? That's really disturbing to me that they're not coming up with anything for that yet. As an organizational member,
I know that there is a new organization patch coming out. They've stopped calling. It used to be called Org 2.0, and they've stopped calling it Org 2.0. They're now just calling it the website rework or something like that. When that comes out, maybe something like that will be in there.
But again, that's website rework. They're not talking about
there.
nothing.
No, they are. Yeah, they are. They're talking about everything in the game is going to change when it comes to your teams list and all that stuff. You're going to be able to have a team list. You're going to be able to have team chat, which they have now, but it's kind of like hidden. But you can do it. But you're supposed to be able to be on the website, type something into your organization, and everyone in your organization that's currently playing the game actually receive that chat. So they're going to be able to communicate cross-platform, like from the website to the game. So I'm assuming, they didn't mention it, but I'm assuming they're going to have maybe a tag over your name or something that tells you what org you're in. That would be a good first step in that direction. But,
Well, all right, here's another thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to nitpick them, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. Why have a tag over somebody's head? Do I run around on the streets with a tag over my head saying who I am?
No.
In real life? Well, they're trying to make this realistic. So you don't have a tag. I work law enforcement, okay? I can't just go down the street and, oh yeah, I know that guy, by a tag over his head. I've got to recognize him.
Right.
All right. And this is where character generation is going to come in and development's going to come in. And I know this is going to be
That's okay. I got a rebuttal.
Impossible to do.
Okay.
Because there's only so many faces and body textures
that was part of my next argument. Yeah, there's only so many things they can do. Right.
I understand that, and I agree with that. But they need to come with a point where, all right, say you look at somebody and you bring up your Moby Glass, and on there it's got ID. And if you're looking at somebody, it IDs them. Or, there needs to be something. It's just defeating to be running around with your name floating over your head. Even if it's only once you get so close to a person. Okay?
Sharing that isn't on rails at all.
To be realistic, I understand in other games it's done in all the other games. Yes, it's done in all the other games, but all the other games aren't claiming to be realistic. Real, even though this is a game, it's meant to be in real time, persistent universe with its own time ticking away, constantly nonstop, whether you're playing or not. So why not go all the way and say, all right, well, let's take the name tags off. Name tags are not available. You've got to ID people either through conversation, through taking a picture of them and face recognition, something. something different than the genre that's been out there in massive multiplayer games to date.
Picture in picture. Jared, picture in picture.
I mean, they're taking away, they're letting the pirates out there doing whatever they want as far as I'm a pirate, I'm going to go out and shoot ships all I want. Okay, cool. Well, let's just take the name tags totally away. Ships will be ID'd by, you know, go military on it or civilian, because even civilian, if you look at it, are all identified through IFF. And some people may not know what that is. I know you do, Mr. E, because of military experience, but you know, they all have transponders that say, I'm a civilian aircraft. I'm a civilian aircraft. I'm a military aircraft. I'm a military aircraft, and I don't want you to know who I am because you're not my friend.
Right.
But you know, so right now, when you're in even 2.4 or in the PTU, and you're flying around, you can see all these ships flying around, you know, and that's how these pirates are tracking you. Because all they got to do is just watch where you go. Oh, he went over there. All right, I'll go over there and blow him up over there. You know, I'm sorry, if I'm in another system, you can't track me all the way over into that system unless you've bugged me somehow or got some kind of tracking device on me, or you've got a contact in that says, oh yeah, his locator beacon just came on in my sector. You follow me?
I am, but I think you got off on the road. Took a tangent.
I did.
you went. I'm gonna talk about this, and we're gonna hash this out. No,
I know.
it's coming. You just gotta wait for that. I mean, right now, because everybody's in the exact same body and everybody has the exact same clothes, you can't not put names on people's heads. But maybe later down the road, everybody's not supposed to be identifiable as friend or foe. You have to make that kind of a decision. And that was originally his thought was, you're not going to be able to know if somebody's a player or an AI. You're going to have to interact with them and find out. And then also, imagine that you're in the future and you have a way to be able to tell, like through a Wi-Fi signal or through some kind of, maybe all their Mobi glasses have their name on it, so that when you are close enough to see it, when your Mobi glass is close enough to detect another Mobi glass, it'll put their name above their head on your helmet's HUD, so you should be able to see who they are. You know, so I'm just thinking futuristically it's okay. Maybe not in World of Warcraft, but you know, unless you cast a spell or something. But yeah, in Star Citizen, I can almost agree with it happening. Now, like what you're talking about, a ship flying, like jumping out and going to another sector, another planet or something, yeah, you should lose contact.
Right.
You might be able to see them going in that direction, and maybe you can jump in that direction, and if you happen to land at the same spot they're at, then you can reacquire them on your sensor. But
I agree.
yeah, you shouldn't be able to chase them based on, because if he jumps and jumps and jumps, you shouldn't see that.
Right.
You know, I agree with all that. But that's one reason why they're going on this mission right here in the video. They're going to the Starfarer to retrieve the black box information, which is part of the whole IFF network system.
Right.
Now, as a military vessel, is it going to tell you what their name is? Yes, because now they're going to say the rule of cool. It might not be realistic, but if it's cool looking, same reason why they have sound. You have sound in space because it's cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you gotta suspend a little bit of your disbelief and go with some of the coolness. And the names right now help players see each other and find each other and stuff like that. But that'll be worked on, I'm sure, as it goes along. Yeah. I like the fact that, you know, EVA's over to the Starfarer. What I didn't like was it's like the Starfarer's skin was stripped off.
Yeah.
And all you see is like this
skeleton.
A skeleton underneath, which...
Or wireframe, actually.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, right? And then... Yeah. But I know they were just trying to make it look like it was damaged.
full decompression.
I do like the back
expected
part of it
inside.
that's been broken off.
You
That was
wanna-
pretty cool.
yeah.
He's looking in the cockpit to
Okay,
make
yeah,
sure
you
there's
can
nobody
see-
standing around in
you
there, I
can
guess.
see, through the dark, there you go. You can see little Glenn outside. Let's start EVAing. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay, back to Glenn.
there's
and
going to be a
let's-
lot of AI. There's going to be tons of AI, and we're gonna see them, and they're going to
look
be
for a way
going
Hey,
about
look,
their
his
business.
sights
to the
work.
Starfarer.
He's got little red. He's got little red dots on his sights. They're glowing.
Yeah, he sure does.
They're glowing. So he's got
I
the
wish I had my sights in the PTU.
yeah the little what do they call those? Luminescent dots or whatever they are.
Mhm.
Some pretty catastrophic damage.
Yeah.
All right, let's look back and see. There's Chris waiting for us. Looks like we can get in this way, so let's head in here.
And
I'm
you know,
happy to see this, though. I really am.
yeah, and then the hammer floating in Zergy.
And they did this right. Going into an aircraft that is basically powered down in space,
Yeah.
just floating there. Everything that's not hammered down
Yeah.
should be floating.
Right. Like the pirate.
Yeah. Dead pirate.
Yeah. And then you got this guy.
So
Looks frozen.
crew member,
Should be.
but,
He's in space. He's in vacuum.
Okay, let's just
And
move that
actually,
way
he
a
should
bit.
be imploded. But we'll let that slide.
Set on.
They're
Actually,
just-
I don't think your like head explodes or anything in
Captain's
space.
room, so we
No,
can,
your blood
download
does.
the block box.
Yeah, you might be out of blood. You don't know. Like you were thinking there would be blood all over the place. Because I could see the blood coming out of his skin or whatever. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just moving around here. See another crew member that had an untimely demise. It's actually that heads the scan version of Kyle, who's one of our.
But see, they're going on the premise that
So why don't you give Kyle a buzz?
atmosphere was lost in an instant, so all these people were frozen.
right.
Sorry, Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle didn't make it.
All right, let's head in.
Now apparently they still have some power because like the doors open and the lights are all on and he's able to download the computer or what is it?
Yeah, they're on
The
emergency
black box.
power.
Yeah.
All right.
Some kind of battery power or something probably.
Okay, we're downloading the black box. Poof. Download complete.
And I do think that helmet HUD's a lot
Objective
cleaner
complete. Retrieve the black box.
than the one we
Just
currently
gained
have.
3,000 credits.
Yeah.
Mission's now complete.
I like that they moved it to the left side.
You got the ammo down a little bit smaller and down to the right. It's like form fitting to the glass.
Let's listen to that, Glenn.
Which I guess it didn't have to be. I guess you could still project it on inside the cheek plate, but it's just whatever you want to see.
Got the black box data and verified it. I'll send it off.
This guy's shifty.
Great job.
I'm worried about him. Look at that, looking over his shoulder.
You know, I'm just gonna throw this out. But I ended up talking to a couple of contacts of mine. Turns out the pack that hit that ship are squatting in an old facility on that nearby moon. I'm just talking here, but it's not crazy to think that they're keeping the cargo there. These outlaws are scum, so it's not like anyone will miss them. The company's gonna claim the insurance. So it wouldn't technically be stealing if you happen to head on down and take it. Again, I'm
Everybody loves that.
saying anything. Just
Where he says, it's not technically stealing,
location on that moon and
you know.
Yeah.
And now some people, I watched another live stream where they did a review of this same video, and they talked about how this mission wouldn't be offered to
So,
a
we
lawful
had a new,
organization like
mission
ours.
message, reclaim stolen cargo if we want to
But
take
I think
it.
it would be, because what are we doing? We're reclaiming stolen cargo. We're doing what we should be doing.
And,
Right.
and we would probably get some kind of bounty for it, or some kind of,
Whether you guys
in maritime law, once it becomes stolen, it's salvage, right? So we could do
Right.
yeah,
that.
let's do it. But
Or once it's
there we go. All right.
abandoned in space
Yeah.
or out in the middle of the ocean,
Okay. All
in
right. Well, let's find
it's
a way out.
considered salvage. You know.
Yeah. And I think we would. I don't see a problem with it. We might try to return it to its owner if that's a possibility or something. But otherwise, we're going to keep it for ourselves, and just as long as the pirates don't get it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go in and make them pay. We'll punish the pirates. It's not that we are. What's the word I'm trying to say? We're not like adverse to getting our feet wet, right? We're going to do what needs to be done, but we're going to do it on the right side of the law.
Right.
Right.
We're going to do it legally.
We can do it legally, right? So if there's stolen cargo, we're going to go in and try to get it.
And we're going to return it to its rightful owner.
If not, then we'll sell it. Yeah. If there's a way to find out, or if they
Right.
didn't-
If it's unclaimed, then it's salvage and it can be sold as salvage.
right.
But if it's got an owner as a legal organization,
Yep.
you would have to return it to its owner. Of course, then one would hope that they would pay
A finder's fee.
a finder's fee for returning their lost cargo.
Yeah, exactly. There's another
Their
guy.
lost valuable cargo.
That's right.
All right. Yes.
You got all these loose boxes floating around and everything.
Hold of the Starfarer.
Dead bodies. Now you notice I didn't count all the crew, but there was a lot of crew that I didn't count. Right?
Yeah.
So this Starfarer had a big crew before these pirates took advantage of them. I wouldn't think there would be enough battery power to open the back door. I would think that he would have to use one of like an escape hatch or something. But then again, there's the dragonfly.
Yep.
And they had to get it out the back, so.
In other words, there's your reward for completing this mission.
That's right. That's right.
So I think you guys know about the Drake Dragonfly then, obviously.
So this is probably not a mission that you can take when the game goes live. It might be. It might be, and then all of a sudden you got a dragonfly.
All right.
That would be cool. And all those people that paid $35 for theirs would be crying, especially the yellow one.
Uh-huh.
I paid $35 for that. But guess what? Every ship's available in game, somewhere,
That's right.
somehow.
Let's head back to the Starfarer.
You don't have to back.
Sorry, the Freelancer.
Backing is helping them produce the game.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah. I think
Backing
about
help
the
produce the
of
game.
Dragonfly,
Subscription
yeah,
helps
we,
produce the
I think, announced and sold a few
aftermarket
months ago.
stuff.
Yeah, the
It's,
content.
Yeah, our first sort of
Yep.
space
Yep.
motorbike or space hog, if you want to call it. And it has a dual
It looks good.
It also it has
I have one, but I got the black
system,
one.
So when you're on a planetary surface, you're like a
No, I didn't get
land
one.
speeder.
Yep. So I actually have the Gray Cat buggy and the Dragonfly. I'm going to sell one of them.
Here in this
Oh wait,
I've just
I got
got-
the Rover and the Carrack too, whatever that is.
The what?
In the Carrack, you get a Rover.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it's the Ursa. I think it's the same one that they show later.
Little Chris is there waiting for us patiently in the Freelancer.
Yeah, I'm super. I'm
You look down, look around.
I'm jazzed for 2.6 to come out with all the cover system, the grenades, and the little gadgets and stuff that we can use.
Alright.
But then when 3.5 comes
There we
out,
go.
it'll be like everything put together into a nice little package.
So,
And I'm gonna, as a content provider, as someone that streams, live streams every night, it'll be great for me because then I'll be able to do all kinds of exploring. I'll check out. There's like 5 planets. There's the 4 that are normally in Stanton, and they've added the 5th one just so they could put Levski in there.
Right.
And then they've got the asteroid fields and the moons, and you can all land on all those. So I'll have a lot of things to stream. It'll be super exciting. Okay, Now I thought of this, right? When I saw the buggy on the moon
What's that?
driving around,
Yeah, no, that
what I was
actually-
thinking
that-
of
that- that
was
graphical
everyone
logic,
in the
that's
squadron has
actually
our own
something we haven't seen in
tank
all our playthroughs
driving
before,
around.
but
We could be like an
occasionally they take
be like an
a
armored division
vehicle or a
driving around.
spaceship from inside the local grid of another spaceship out to the
Air
global
cover
space
and
grid into the local
yeah.
grid of another one. That's a
And you see
really
the
good thing to be
spaceship
aware
is shooting ground
of. Right,
targets,
so we're gonna
so
head to the moon
yeah, you're
for
like
this pirate base.
there's like what they've done is they removed any boundaries. Like you could do right now you can't do, but in this you can do any combination of things. So I could take my spaceship and shoot your person standing on the ground. I could shoot your buggy. Your buggy could shoot my spaceship. You know, so if I was on the ground, if I had some kind of anti-air missile or something, that would be pretty cool. You know, like an anti-missile, like a missile platform. I see all that coming. You know, and what in the next great starship, right? They've renamed it to the next great power armor, right?
Do picture, Jared.
So you're looking at something that's going to be like double the size of a man,
Alright,
like a
we got
mech,
our
but not
space,
a
where
not a
you got the
BattleTech mech, but
Powered suit.
like a powered suit, and that's going to be pretty awesome. Walking around
Yeah,
on planets.
It's going to
and stuff.
be like
Right, okay.
heavy
what's
gear.
that?
Getting
Heavy
these
gear.
things in and out
Yep.
of each other isn't always the
Yeah,
easiest
which
thing, so let's see what
I'm
happens.
totally okay with that, because I'm a heavy gear backer. Did you know that?
Yeah, you're out.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with heavy gear. That was a fun game.
Yeah.
Okay, now
I
you
mean,
can
they've got a
go
new
on.
multiplayer arena thing. I backed it, but I don't think I'll ever play it.
Okay,
It's
a couple
I
guys
backed it,
have
and then I got my ship package or my gear package and all that. But Star Citizen's gonna take all my time. I don't think I'll ever play it.
Yeah, and it's like me with Interstellar Marines. I supported it, backed it, so I could use it for my FPS for this.
Who's that?
Right. Okay, so over here it says.
Let's do some firing.
So over here it says eliminate Ricky. Is that what that says? Mickey?
Yeah.
You can go to first person view if you want. No, that's it.
And somebody was saying that when they were watching the Dragonfly, how the back plates were kind of
Chris, you should help out with the other dragonfly.
forming to the planet as it
So we
was
wanna cut
driving
to,
around.
Jared, you want to cut to Gregor and his dragonfly? That's player 3, Jared. There you go. So this is Gregor here, playing the black. He's flying a black dragonfly up. He got killed. All right, player 1 now. Back to player 2. Sorry, player 2. Player 2. There you go. Perfect. Player 2.
Yeah, right
Red
here,
one,
the-
Jared, red one.
The things, see how they move?
hmm
I don't know, yeah.
All right, so let's head to the pirate base. See where the rover is. Is the rover still getting away from us? Oh, there it is.
And the ship's shooting at the rover right now.
So go to player 4, Jared. Okay, back to player 2. Actually, all right, let's go after it.
It's like the buggy, or the Dragonfly couldn't do any damage to the rover.
Go first person view. First person view, Melissa. There you go. No, why are you ramming into the things? Go first person view. First person so you know where you're going, but you're ramming into the thing all there. Go around to, yeah. I mean, I guess that's one thing to do.
Well, if the Dragonfly couldn't do any damage, what do you think that handgun gonna do?
You know, Tom Hanks. There's still a freelancer flying around.
hmm
Okay, so she pulls up, parks, and gets out the back. But when you look at it, it looks like it's turned around.
All right.
I'm gonna have to double check that. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, gotcha. She got out of the one on the right. Okay, okay, that's where I was messed up. He's down to 31 bullets. He's in the 20s. He's hitting her. But that armor's helping her out. Which I can't wait for the armor to actually have some kind of value. They're on both sides of a box shooting at each other. That's funny. What's he down to? 0? Yeah, he has no ammo.
Yep.
You're out of ammo.
So that's something. How many rounds am I going to be able to carry? Am I going to be stuck with only 4 magazines? Or can I carry a backpack full of magazines or something?
Yeah.
Because of situations like that where you'll run out.
Alright, well, I guess
Exactly.
that's one way to get rid of pirates. Okay, so let's see what they were hiding here on their base.
So they talk about the Big Bennies, but what about the Pip's power up? There's a Pip's power up machine right there on the left.
Big Benny's crane.
Uh-huh.
When he turns, you'll see it. There it is, Pips.
Alright,
Yeah. Oh, I'm a little bit ahead of you.
So
Oh,
again,
okay.
here's sort of an example of
They're on the pickup right
input.
now.
So
Right.
pick it
Right.
up. There we go. So little grabby hands action. So you'll be able to move and take things
He
around.
calls it grabby hands, but I think
So let's take
it's
them
like
out.
maybe grabby
We'll
hands
land,
2.0.
land the
People
freelance
talked about how
on
grabby hands were
the
done away with. I don't think they were
cargo.
ever done away with. I think they were just repurposed or reworked to make it look more
Glenn
clean.
walks very slowly, doesn't
Because
want to
grabby
hit
hands
the
used to
box.
be all like, crooked arms and stuff. So. And he's been flying around with his tail down. Because the other guy just flew out of the with the dragonfly.
Right, come out the
Right.
back there. Let's just put the box down at the base here to.
And you can see this isn't scripted because the box, what does it do? Drops straight to the ground.
Yeah.
It's not like he bent over and put it down like it was rehearsed.
Hang on, we got an incoming video message. Let's check that out.
Uh-oh. The double cross is in.
Yeah, the video message is coming in now.
Oh.
Yeah,
So, find anything
Miles Eckhart is talking.
if you don't mind. I'll just have a look myself.
But it looks like he's still back at Levski.
Very good.
These must be his boys that he had dispatched to something more
What
important.
do you reckon, guys?
Seeing that armor he's wearing looks pretty cool.
Looks like we got double crossed. Damn it!
Yeah.
That's the end of the demo.
Okay, so that's the end of that demo. All right. So, what did you think? Any closing thoughts about that demo?
I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
I want to play it.
I do too.
I want to get out there and do more than what we've been able to do so far, and I can't wait for it. But in the meantime, I'll just keep hammering what we got.
Right. I think it's going to have it's going to take everything that we've worked hard for the last few years in building up the mechanics of how to do things, and now it's going to open up to allow us to do those things. So now we're going to be able to hit planets and landing zones and take missions, but it's all still going to be in one solar system. We're not branching out into another solar system.
Right.
That's probably going to be 4.0, but 3.0 is, and they're going to have some areas are going to be pirates, some areas not. You're going to have some scripted missions, kind of like this one was. You're going to have some player created, because let's say you took this mission, right, and then I'm also flying around in Crusader somewhere. You could have said, hey, Derek, come on over to, or Mr. Irving, come on over to Levski and let's go do this mission together, right? And I could have taken a ship. Parasite could fly over and we'll take another ship. And we'd all go together, and that might change the way the mission plays out. Because at that time, if Miles shows up then what are we going to do? We're going to fight
Exactly.
it. Right. It's not just
Double
going to be
cross, huh? Double cross you back.
exactly. So we'll see how that goes, because some of these missions might be scripted to the end or whatever, might not be.
Or
So,
they could, like in some games that they've been doing lately, you can either take it as a solo or a group, and it
right.
changes the difficulty level.
Right. So that might be like if you've got a bunch of people in your on your friends list or teams in your team,
Right.
it might change things, or it might offer it to you as an individual or as a. But even if you take it as an individual, that doesn't stop us from following you
No, it
around,
doesn't.
right?
Yeah,
Unless
and well, even in a lot of games, it doesn't stop right now, anyways.
right. So
If
we
an
could.
individual takes it, he can bring friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna have to see how they're gonna work that in.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm super
Can't
excited.
wait.
Can't wait. Okay, so I wanna go ahead and close up the video. We've been on for a little bit over an hour. So Aaron, I appreciate you coming up and watching and talking, sharing your thoughts
Enjoyed it.
about names that float over your head.
Well, it's just a thought if they want to go realistic.
That's right. They need to have some other right. I get you, but I'm looking
Name
forward to Org 2.0.
Name
All right,
tags.
name tags. Yeah, name tags. That's right, name tags. Or
What's your name?
or allow us to adjust the color slider.
Yeah.
Because then you got a bunch of guys running around in pink. That's not us, or whatever. But then again, they would know who they were. So
Exactly.
right.
Anyways,
All right. Yep. So you
enjoyed it.
guys. Yep.
Look forward to the next time. See y'all in the verse.